Coming up, I will discuss why true mastery is revealed through simplicity rather than complexity. Let's get started. If you're new here, my name is Matthew Royce. I am a knowledge enthusiast. Simplicity is about subtracting the obvious and adding the meaningful, said John Maeda, a graphic designer, visual artist, and computer scientist. In a world drowning in information and complexity, the ability to distill knowledge to its essence has become increasingly valuable. Those who have mastered their craft often demonstrate an uncanny ability to explain complex concepts in simple terms, while beginners tend to overcomplicate. The digital age has only amplified this phenomenon. We are bombarded with more data points, opinions, and options than ever before. Amid this overwhelming flood of information, clarity becomes not just preferable, but essential. The actual expert isn't the one who can recite every detail or technical specification. The expert is the one who can cut through the noise to reveal the core principles that truly matter. Consider how the most outstanding teachers, regardless of subject matter, share this common trait. They make the complex accessible without sacrificing accuracy. They know which details to emphasize and which to omit. They understand that simplification isn't the same as oversimplification. It's the art of revealing the elegant structures that underlie apparent chaos. This pattern repeats throughout history. Revolutionary thinkers, from English physicists and mathematicians Isaac Newton to British naturalist Charles Darwin, didn't just accumulate knowledge, they synthesized it down into models that clarified previously murky domains. Today's thought leaders continue this tradition, whether they explain scientific breakthroughs, business strategies, or artistic techniques. There is wisdom in simplification. Albert Einstein famously stated, "If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough." This profound observation cuts through the heart of expertise. When we truly grasp a concept at its deepest levels, we can strip away the unnecessary and present its core in accessible language. Einstein himself demonstrated this principle throughout his entire career. He reduced the complex workings of the universe to the elegant equation like E equals mc squared. Expertise is not about knowing more complicated things. Expertise is about seeing through the complexity to identify the fundamental principles that govern a system. For example, the expert physicist doesn't need jargon to explain why the sky is blue. The master chef doesn't need 15 ingredients when 5 will create a harmonious dish. Complexity is often a shield. Why do amateurs tend towards complexity? Leonardo da Vinci offers insights with his observation. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. This paradox highlights how simplification requires a deeper understanding that beginners haven't achieved yet. When we lack confidence in our knowledge, we often hide behind complexity as a shield. For example, the business consultant who drowns clients in industry jargon, the academic who writes dense prose, the artist who overworks a piece might be compensating for insecurity in their mastery. There's also a common misconception that complexity signals intelligence or sophistication. We mistakenly believe that making something more complicated somehow adds value. In reality, unnecessary complexity often destroys value. Why, you may ask? It creates confusion. Complexity increases errors. It wastes resources. Let's talk about the journey from complexity to simplicity. The path to expertise typically follows a predictive pattern. We begin with simplistic understanding, advance to complexity as we acquire more knowledge, and finally return to simplicity. Simplicity is informed by deep understanding. Hans Hofmann captured this thought when he said, "The ability to simplify means to eliminate the unnecessary so that the necessary may speak." Consider how this plays out in professional contexts. The novice writer makes complicated sentence structures. The master communicator says more with fewer words. The beginner programmer writes lengthy code. The expert creates elegant solutions with minimal lines. The amateur public speaker rambles through tangents. The seasoned orator delivers a concise and clear message. This pattern reveals that simplification is not about dumbing down concepts, but instead it's about intelligent distillation. The expert knows the essential elements and can remove them without losing meaning. Let's talk about the value of simplicity in a complex world. In today's information-saturated environment, the ability to simplify has never been more valuable. We are bombarded with data, options, complexity in every aspect of our lives. Those who can navigate this complexity and emerge with clarity provide a lot of value. Some of history's most transformative innovations came from subtraction rather than addition. American industrialist Henry Ford simplified car manufacturing. American businessman Steve Jobs simplified computer interfaces. Japanese professional organizer Marie Kondo simplified home organization. In each case, the genius did not create more complexity. Instead, they stripped away what was unnecessary. Organizations increasingly recognize this value. Companies like Apple have built empires by simplifying technology. Embrace constraints. Limitations force creativity and efficiency. Practice explaining to non-experts. If they don't understand, you haven't simplified it enough. Seek feedback on clarity. What seems simple to you may be complex to others. In other words, avoid the curse of knowledge. Okay, let's bring it all together. First, if you like what you saw here, please hit the subscribe button below. Any intelligent fool can make things bigger, more complex, and more violent. It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction, said E.F. Schumbacher, a British economist. The journey from complexity to simplicity is not easy. It requires deep knowledge, confidence, and the courage to discard unnecessary things. However, as we develop expertise, we learn that true mastery is not demonstrated by making things more complex. It's shown in making the complex appear simple. As we navigate our professional journeys, we should remember this. Follow Einstein's words. Explain things simply. Aspire to Da Vinci's sophistication of simplicity. Practice Hoffman's eliminating the unnecessary. Remember, amateurs think complexity is king. Experts know simplicity is king. Please keep it simple. It's that simple. Thank you for watching. Until next time.